Video games, oh video games, how have you grown since the times we first met? Now you're the largest entertainment medium on the planet, producing titles with stunning quality, visuals that would bewilder anyone from days now past. Gameplay systems are refined to the point that losing oneself in a game and getting completely immersed in an experience is not only possible but represents a feeling that no other medium can replicate. For in video games, you find not simply a medium for entertainment, but truly, you'll find art.
Oh my god. I hate my life.
To say that video games changed my life would be an understatement. From the moment little goober me was able to hold onto a controller with its little paws, it was over. In elementary school, I used to play Mario 64 in computer class all the time. On their Nintendo 64s that they had in school. Not in the computer emulator. Please don't tell Nintendo there'll be nothing left. My love for gaming was set in stone. By the time I was 5, I had a Wii in my living room and I got to experience the world of kid-friendly gaming with Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart Wii, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and Resident Evil 4. And as the years passed, I became older, grumpier, and a lot more depressed, as teenagers nowadays typically do. But gaming was always there for me, be it through playing Minecraft with my friends on the Xbox 360 or experiencing the feeling of owning a video game console on release day for the first time with the Nintendo Switch. Video gaming as a hobby never left. In fact, it only got stronger, to the point that now I'm spending most of my free time making videos about it on YouTube. But gaming has changed as of late, and I'm not talking about the vibes-based kind of change like, oh man, video games were so much better when I was a kid, now everything sucks. You might just be sad. With the rise of the PS5, Xbox Series, and even the latter half of the Nintendo Switch generation, video games have been trending in a weird direction. I'm sure you've noticed by now the skepticism surrounding consoles. The PS5 Pro just came out not to raving reviews, but instead to an audible gasp of the crowds. And they're not impressed at the shiny new PSSR technology, Sony. Can you move out of the way, please? Yeah, there you go. People have been generally losing faith in the ways of old. Companies are trying their absolute hardest to hook you into a digital subscription ecosystem. Xbox straight up doesn't want to be a console anymore. It feels like they're doing it out of obligation at this point. The console market I grew up with is all but dead. The fight for better exclusives, for not just better graphics, but better art design and the feel of the consoles, the personality behind it, it's all fading away. I mean, look at the Xbox Series menus and tell me they're so much cooler than those old Xbox One menus. This is an Xbox One S. The only company who seems to have a stake in the classic console business long term is Nintendo. Because Sony, well, I don't know what they're gonna do after the PS5. It barely has any games and we're 4 years in, and actually, wanna know something really fun and cool and totally not frustrating and stupid? Let's take a company like Naughty Dog, one of Sony's most important assets to secure high-quality exclusives. They released The Last of Us Part 2 in 2020. That's 4 years ago. With the cost of making a shiny new game for the PS5 increasing drastically, and the fact that they need to make it look substantially better than this already does to appeal to the mass audience they've cultivated, now tell me, how long do you think it'll take for them to make it? We're 4 years in and still not even close. There aren't even plausible rumors of what their next game might be. Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo's highest budget effort, took them 6 years. And that's to make a game that runs on hardware from the early 2010s. If Naughty Dog takes even 1 year more, that thing is releasing by the tail end of this generation. Maybe as a cross-gen title. Yup, the cycle continues, baby. By the time PS6 comes out, PS5 will have a user base too large to drop, and PS6 will be new to the market but almost no exclusives, meaning third parties won't be willing to drop the potential sales of a PS5 version, meaning we'll not get games truly meant for the next generation, meaning the difference will be even more minimal than it is now, meaning what's the plan here, Sony? And that's the feeling that echoes throughout most of the industry at this moment. What's the plan here? What was the plan here? No, seriously, what was the plan here? It must have been to subscribe to the channel because it helps out a lot. Look at this graph. Oh my god, that's some scary data. Do you want to make the data go away? Please subscribe. As this generation has progressed, I've gravitated much towards playing just on my Nintendo Switch and my computer because, well, they're the only ones producing content I actually care about at the moment. It seems like those are the only two platforms where you can find games that aren't trying to fit into this neat little box for mass appeal and have some artistic intent behind them. And on PC, it's very cheap to buy games right now on Steam. But, you know, it's not all bad. When discussing the future of console hardware and exclusive software as we were just now, things may seem a bit bleak, because they are. Please Nintendo, don't mess up the Switch 2, I swear to god. But as I stated previously, to claim that video games are terrible now and were much better back in the day is definitely a bit misguided. The industry is bigger than it ever was, and there are tons of amazing games released every year in a variety of genres. Also, the rise of the internet contributed to the indie scene hitting it big in popularity. Ever since games like Castle Crashers, Minecraft, FNAF, and Undertale came out, indies have stood toe-to-toe with the highest budget releases. In the past few years, I had the joy to play stuff like Hollow Knight, a game in a genre that would have been considered way too niche for any major gaming company to bet on creating a game for. And it just succeeded. From its sheer quality, it rose above the rest and I got to beat it. It introduced me to Metroidvanias and I've loved the genre since. I also checked out Enter the Gungeon a while back and that introduced me to roguelites, which I played many of and now love them to death. Celeste is a 2D platformer with controllers so tight that even Nintendo's best offerings struggle to keep up. Lethal Company can provide an experience you can't find anywhere else in the gaming industry. Satisfactory will take my entire life away if I let it, so I'm not letting it. Not playing it. I know it came out now, I'm not playing it. I haven't even gone to Animal Well yet. All that is to say that, if you're struggling right now with your love for video games as a hobby, as something to lean back on and relax after a stressful day, as a medium to express yourself and get immersed into a world, give indies a try. There's bound to be something you'll enjoy. And try not to get too attached to franchises you love if they're made by EA, Ubisoft, and the likes. I know it's painful and it's hard. I used to love Assassin's Creed back in the Xbox 360 days. Now I barely slogged through Valhalla and I haven't bought one since. And EA killed Plants vs. Zombies, so I'm forever scarred by their existence until they release Garden Warfare 3. Gaming is still super fun, and there's a lot to be excited about, so try not to get too bogged down by the losses and take the wins while you can get them. Currently, I'm making my way through Mario and Luigi Brothership, and it's been a lot more fun than I thought. I've skipped every single RPG on Nintendo Switch, because I'm not usually a big fan of turn-based, but I'm actually having a lot of fun here, and despite what IGN says, I think the game's pretty good. Try new things, don't get stuck playing forever games like Fortnite and Call of Duty forever. Not saying you can't enjoy them, I've most certainly played my fair share, but when all you play is a single game or a group of 2 or 3 games, it can twist your perception of where the industry's at and make you a lot more anxious and negative by extension. So that's the tech tip from me. Thank you so much for watching to the end, it means a lot to me. Subscribe if you've appreciated the content I've got going on, and do leave a comment telling me how your experience with modern day gaming is going. Have a wonderful day, boot up that favorite comfort food game I know you've got for another playthrough, and goodbye!